Mick! Oh, Mick, you were so close to winning in Baku, mate. So close. If you'd taken that pre-race poop like I told you, instead of carrying around that extra weight, you would have won. You would have won. But that's alright, mate. You'll know for next time. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Forza Ferrari. We have the Miami Grand Prix today and we were so close to winning last time out. It was 0.071 tenths of a second. It was a comment actually, I did look it up. It was wasn't the closest result. There has been closer than that, 0.01 in Monza in 1971 I think, but surely it was the second closest finish in Formula 1 history. So that really did, we stayed fifth in the Constructors, but it did move us right up to the back of Alpine and well, we're not quite double the points behind Aston Martin now. So it was a good result, and let's hope it wasn't a false dawn and we can move forward. Now Mick up to 7th, Giovinazzi still 10th. Again, hopefully we can continue to climb up on the back of that result. Now, one piece of news to update you on here is the suspension simulator upgrade has been completed, and we can see here, I mean, percentages, they always don't look like much, but you know, in Formula 1 where everything is just, it is all very marginal gains, isn't it? So we've more than almost, anyway, doubled our efficiency in a lot of these areas. So that should, when we come to building out or designing our next suspension, that should help with that. Let's hope so anyway. So that's about all to update you on, though. It has only been sort of the week between Baku and Miami. It's a very quick turnaround to fly halfway around the world, isn't it? So let's go and have a quick look here at our race and Miami here, the track. We are expecting rain on Friday, which will not impact us. Then we've got a dry weekend after that. We can see here that we've got red sector 1, blue sector 2, yellow sector 3 when it comes to qualifying, and it's sort of by zones almost, isn't it? There's sort of your medium high speed corner zone, your slow speed corner zone, and then a couple of long straights. So we'll see. Now in Baku, top speed and low speed cornering were what you needed, and we saw that kind of worked for us. So let's hope it's a similar sort of situation here. So let's hope that works again. Pit stops, 21 seconds loss for green flag pit stop, and safety car or virtual safety car, 16-second loss. Now we can see here 1 stop or an aggressive 2. Compound performance, the soft tire is only 0.3 of a second faster than the medium, but it is almost a second a lap faster than the hard. And the degrading rate, so medium's not a medium and soft look like the tires, don't they? So I don't think you want to be on a hard tire here, do you? Because it's quite a bit slower per lap, and it doesn't degrade that much slower than what a medium tire does. So I think soft, medium, soft is what we might look to do here. So historically, Fernando Alonso won here for Aston Martin last year, and we don't need to look at anything else there because we know we're rubbish at pit stops. Alright, qualifying position, 1 car in the top 4. I am cautiously optimistic that we might be able to do that. We'll have to wait and see, because we qualified okay, didn't we, in Baku, because it was a sprint weekend. 1 in the top 4 as a finishing position, let's hope so, and then we need 1 in the top 6 for practice, for race and qualifying today, and we'll get our bonus money for that as well. So let's head off to Miami. So confirmation of the weather, and of course Miami in real life next year is going to be a sprint race. Obviously this year, even though it is 2024, we've still got the regular weekend format. So I'll do some free practice and I'll see you for qualifying. Alright, we have done free practice with mixed results, I would say. If we go and have a look here, FP1, we were down a little bit. It was interrupted by rain. We only did a run on the hard tyre, so don't worry too much about where we are in this one. FP2. You'll see Mick there in 10th, excellent work. Giovinazzi in 11th, did 6 laps. He got taken out by Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg got the penalty. It wasn't Giovinazzi's fault. What he has done is he's written off basically an engine, a gearbox, an ERS, and he's also damaged multiple parts of the car to the point where we're very low on some of the new upgraded parts. We can't afford another crash, basically. And then FP3, Mick in 11th, Giovinazzi just running what was left of that engine and, excuse me, ERS. It was the same engine ERS that he damaged earlier on in the season, so the gearbox is basically done, the engine is essentially done, and the ERS we'll get a little bit out of between now and a couple more free practice, but he's essentially, yeah, put himself on the back foot there. The good news is that we more or less nailed both setups, but yeah, you can see here his engine and ERS are just, more, as I said, more or less destroyed. So that is yeah, a big shame, especially, I mean, it's a shame even if it is his fault, but the fact that it wasn't his fault, that is a little bit of a kick in the testicles, unfortunately. Now, Q1 shouldn't be a problem for us here. I will be back momentarily to confirm that. And indeed, we're absolutely fine. Just did the one run. Notice that some of the AI is just starting to do one run as well, which is good in a way, I guess, because it means that they're saving tyres. It's more realistic, but we lose an advantage there. But yeah, that's all good. Interesting, though, Alpine really struggling. Gasly is out. Ocon only 14th. Now, considering they're ahead of us in the constructors right now, it's almost like they've taken a step backwards. So yeah, really strange that. But anyway, Q2. All right, we've got a red flag in Q2. It's Piastri just forgot to turn, apparently. So that's the reason for the red flag. All right, now we are on board with Mick. The red flag didn't really affect anything because obviously the clock stopped, so there was still 10 minutes left. We could have come out a little bit later. We're not last in line here. Mick is currently 9th, Giovinazzi 3rd, which is impressive. Both those runs on used tyres, so we've got a fresh set on now, so we'll see what we can do. Giovinazzi, as we come to see in the second run, is slower. Mick, though, is faster, and he'll need to be, I think, because 9th is possibly not going to be enough for him here. Giovinazzi again going slower and just needlessly burning a new set of tyres, so he's very frustrating as Gio at times. So Mick is down to 10th. He is the man on the bubble. He is going faster though. Giovinazzi is finished he's not quite finished yet, but he's 3rd. Verstappen he's ahead of Verstappen, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there. But let's see if Mick can put himself into safety. Here he comes across the line, and he goes 5th and 6th again. There's a theme here, isn't there? So ahead of Verstappen, but behind George Russell on this occasion. And the other Alpine is out as well. So all things being equal, we should be moving up to 4th in the Constructors today, which is not where we need to be, but it's a step forward. Alright, so here we go in our second run on new tyres. We are 9th and 10th currently. I'm assuming we got blocked by traffic. Like all good team principles, I was on my phone during the first run, just checking emails from the FIA, stuff like that. Definitely not checking Facebook and Discord or anything. So, yeah, not sure if we got blocked. I would assume so, because we're suddenly a mile at the pace. So Giovinazzi again has not gone quicker. Now, he did have Hulkenberg. Neither of them have gone quicker in that first sector. But we're not 2 seconds slower all of a sudden, surely. We have gone faster in the second sector with Giovinazzi, who we're on board with, if I didn't mention that. Yeah, we did get Hulkenberg, and Mick again is not quicker. So again, hopefully he got Hulkenberg maybe at the end of the lap. But, well, we'll see. There didn't appear to be any traffic. There was only Hulkenberg in front of them. So Giovinazzi has stayed 9th. Mick, what are you doing to me, boys? So we're 9th and 10th. Where has that come from? 5th and 6th all session, and then randomly, look at how much slower we are. I mean, everybody was slower, so maybe... Yeah, that's just really, really strange. We're almost a second slower than... Giovinazzi was a second slower. Mick is a little bit, again, a little bit quicker than that. Not quite as, what's that, 7 or 8 tenths, but that's really strange. Anyway, that's where we're starting. So let's see what we can do strategy-wise here. Now, I have saved soft tyres. And, yeah, I definitely, a medium hard. I just don't think the hard is quick enough. So we'll make the extra stop. And what we will do, though, is we will come in a little bit sooner. And we want to spend as much time on the soft tyre as possible, I would have thought. So maybe something along those lines. Can we... We can't really push it, but we can a little bit, obviously, here and there. So I think we'll look to do something similar on both cars. Now, Giovinazzi, they both moved up, actually, because Hulkenberg had his penalty. So, yeah, let's see what we can manage here. And, yeah, I'm, as I said before, cautiously optimistic that what we can do here. But qualifying, that last run in qualifying has just sort of thrown me a little bit. Alright, welcome back. We can see, I think that Giovinazzi's sparking away again. Not quite sure why it's doing that, but anyway, a lot of work to do here. We've not qualified where we should have, so let's hope that we can get some early overtakes done here. We are pushing the tyres at the start here as well as burning ERS. I just want to try and get us back up to roughly where we should be. What I don't need is the... If our race is potentially at the back of Aston Martin and Red Bull, I don't want us losing out to that. And if I have a look at what other cars are doing here, there is a few soft tyre runners. It's more or less 50-50, maybe slightly skewed towards the medium runners, certainly at the front anyway. So that would suggest a lot of two-stoppers, wouldn't it? And I would think in that case you definitely do not want to be on a one-stop because everybody else is going to be pushing that much harder. But Mick's moved up a place. Not so much Giovinazzi. He's got Hulkenberg behind him again, so let's hope we don't have a repeat of of free practice 2, because we don't need, well, we can't afford any more accidents, to be honest. I'm very conscious, obviously, because of the last season of the cost cap, so we will be very much trying to limit our spend where we can. Let's see if we can go and get Albon here before DRS comes into effect, because I wouldn't mind trying to catch up to the cars in front here, but before they get out of DRS range, but they probably already are, aren't they? Yeah. Alright, can we get a little lungy thing done here on Albon? Let's take off some lift and coast. Not quite happening there, is it? So, we'll go off the ERS, and yeah, we'll have to rely on DRS to try and get some moves done here. Let's give it one zone. I mean, Hamilton is already dropping off the... Albon looks quite rapid, actually, doesn't he? So let's see if we can, with both cars, get the overtakes done. It's important for both our racers that I think that we clear Hamilton and Albon here, because they do look a little bit slower, don't they? So down the outside will give us the inside to this next bit. That should be that job done. It's not quite done yet, you know. We might be better off just backing off and getting the DRS again. Do we get that there? No, we don't, so he's going to come back past us. We're going to need to back off these tyres or they're going to burn themselves out. And it's not done, is it? But it's, well, at least we're kind of in front, and Giovinazzi is still behind. So it might be one of these. We might have to harvest him up behind Hamilton here, and it's going to be... Well, I thought we'd be quicker than this. Alright, now everybody's got past Albon, including his teammate Ricciardo, so we're currently 7th and 8th. Hamilton did get back past Mick. Now, we've been sitting behind him, we've been harvesting our battery, so what we're going to try and do now is we're going to try and push on these tyres a little bit and see if we can get past Hamilton, and he has been slowly catching us up to the back of George Russell as well. So, hopefully, we'll be able to get this done here. We should have DRS, which will be the clincher. And if we deploy Gio, if we can actually do a double here, try and get him past Hamilton into turn 1, perhaps. Let's maybe... I don't want him coming back past this. And you can see we're actually visually catching Russell quite quickly now. So that is obviously a good thing, but... Yeah, we need to try and get rid of Hamilton as quickly as we possibly can here, I think. But as long as he's got the DRS off the back of... off the back of Mick, it's going to be a little bit difficult, I think. But we're catching Russell very, very quickly, to the point, actually, we might just keep deploying here and see if we can go and... just go and get him as well here, which we might be able to do. And down the outside... It is, yes, it should be done now with a bit of DRS as well. So that's good. We've burnt through a lot of battery doing that, but we've got in clear and not a mile away from the Aston Martins in front either, it has to be said. So that's good. Giovinazzi doesn't seem to have the same pace as Mick, which is strange, because last season he was certainly the lead guy, wasn't he? I don't think there was any doubt about that. But this season he's just struggling to keep up with Mick. So whether just Mick is younger, obviously, whether his development has sort of led to that, sort of pushed him ahead of him, I'm not sure. But, yeah, it is good to see, obviously. But Giovinazzi's the Italian one. We're supposed to be an Italian Ferrari team. So, ideally, it'll be the other way around. Alright, pit stops have started, and we will be coming in this lap with both cars. Hopefully, we're going to get a decent stop out of Mick, and it's not going to end up holding up Giovinazzi. As you can see, we're just absolutely cooking both sets of tyres right now. It doesn't matter, they've just got to get to the end of this lap. And yeah, we have we are catching. We're more or less behind Alonso, as you can see. Now, he is on a medium, so he's not coming in anytime soon. If we could get an overcut on Stroll, that would be brilliant, but overcuts, as we know, tend not to really be a thing. So if we just get that back to aggressive, and missed it on him. So, oh, this looks very close, doesn't it? It's going to have to be good and quick. Oh, it was 2.7 seconds. Well, they went well under pressure that time, didn't they? We did lose a little bit. Is that going to be enough for some points, I wonder? 2.7. Well done, boys. Well done. So we're 15th, and where did Giovinazzi have to come out? 17th. We're Stroll. So no, we didn't get any sort of overcuts or anything. But the guys that are out front now, with the exception of Verstappen, are all on a medium. So we're sort of looking at trying to get sort of, well, then we're making an extra stop essentially. So we're looking to try and get overcuts done in where we can. So yeah, it's going to be sort of just go as fast as we can, get through some traffic here. Science who should be stopping soon on these old set of softs, easy pickings. And yeah, there is some more stops going on, but these are all the soft tyre runners sort of failing. And given that we're on a new set of medium tyres compared to everybody on the old sets, this is our time to shine. We need to make sure that we're doing this, and then they're going to come out on even on new sets of hards that are half a second a lap slower than what we are right now anyway, all things being equal. So again, I do think that this strategy is the right one to be on, but it always relies on us getting overtakes done, and time will tell if we can do that, I suppose. But we can see this is Stroll just in front, so he is struggling to get overtakes done. Let's see if we can go and take advantage of him not getting some overtakes done. As Mick down the inside of Oscar. Thank you, mate. And we've got Magnussen in front of us now. Do we get DRS off the back of him? We do. So, yeah. Mick is just looking absolutely class, isn't he, this season? Really good to see. Well, this is a tasty little battle we've got going on in front of us here. We're deploying. We're going to try and take advantage of this. If we can get past Stroll, take advantage of him being held up here. We've gone down the outside. Mick has tried to go past half the field there, and ultimately come up short. But worth an attempt as everybody starts to come into the pits. So that's him up to 10th. Giovinazzi is not doing bad lap times. Did 34, so he's a little bit off where we'd like him to be. But I think that's pretty much the story of Giovinazzi's season, isn't it? Just a little bit off where we'd like him to be. Alright, so we've had sort of the, more or less everybody has stopped now. Just, I think, Alonso and the two Mercedes are the only ones that perhaps hadn't. As I say that, Alonso comes in the pits. So we have, we've got both cars in front of Alonso now. Now, did he go into a hard tyre? He did. So it's starting to sort of shake out the race a little bit now as the fastest lap there for Verstappen. Yeah, it's not going too bad. Now, we know we're not going to beat the Red Bulls. One thing that is a little bit promising, though, is that Schumacher is ever so slightly chipping away at Stroll in front of him. And Giovinazzi as well is... some laps, maybe obviously that last lap not so much, but he is still a tenth or so faster than Stroll. So we do have a little bit of pace on these guys. Now what is going to happen here, obviously, is Alonso is about to get past Giovinazzi, which is fine because he's on his hard tyres. Obviously, if we can hold him back. And we've got a safety car. That wasn't in the script. All right, let me think. Alright, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to bring Giovinazzi in. We're going to, this time we'll put him on the other strategy and do an extra stop, because this is basically a free stop. If we don't have another set of mediums, which would be the perfect thing to do right now, but putting on a hard, it's almost a second to lap slower than the soft, so I think, particularly the second half of the second stint, you're just going to be better off on a new set of softs than you are on an aging set of hards. So we're going to stop him. We'll leave Mick as it is, and we'll sort of hedge our bets here a little bit. So Giovinazzi is a little bit further back as well, so we can sort of guarantee somewhat that he will actually be able to get in on time as well. Whereas Mick might be a little bit marginal whether he would actually be able to do this. So yeah, it's worked out perfectly for the Mercedes, but if they're going to come in and put on a hard tyre, which I imagine they would do...
Okay, box and pick confirm.
Then, yeah... I'm not completely convinced by it. Stroll's come in as well, which is interesting.
Safety car.
So, I wonder if he's going to go onto a hard.
Copy.
It's
Focus on your
not our
tyres.
greatest stop, but it's not terrible given it's under a safety car. What tyre?
Big crash there.
So
Yeah, buddy.
So this is what actually happened for the safety car. It's probably an interesting thing as well, isn't it? So they have gone out onto hards. I don't think
All around.
that's going to work, and they haven't double stacked Hamilton either, so that's going to screw him over. But yeah, well, let's see what happens post safety car. Oh, red flag! We shouldn't have stopped. Oh, we could have got a free one. We could have got a free one. Hulkenberg is out, but yeah, oh well. Now, of course, with a red flag, it means we'll have a standing start, so I don't think it changes too much. I think we stay with the softs on Giovinazzi, and then I think we probably just stay with the mediums and make one more stop with Mick. Because the soft tyre is not going to really get to the end here, is it? We're too far out, so we'll be crawling at the end. So yeah, we'll just keep the plan the same. And here we go again with Mr. Sparky Giovinazzi back there. Such a shame, we could have got it for free if we'd stayed out. But anyway, hang on, let's pause because I've still got this on what we had it on for safety car conditions. Now Giovinazzi can also push the whole way. I don't know if I don't think I mentioned that, but he can actually push the whole way as well. So that's all very interesting. Let's jump on board with Gio, see what he can do. Mick just kind of needs to hold position here. There's guys that are on new softs, so I wonder, are they going to be going to the end, or are they going to be stopping again as well? Yeah, now this could open up for Mick. Verstappen's on a medium, so like obviously it works out perfectly for him. He's going to the end, got a free stop, and he's going to have the best tyre for the conditions as well. I'm not sure that the soft tyres will get to... well, we know they're not with Giovinazzi because we're intentionally pushing them to make sure they don't. Although he has gone back a position, which isn't ideal. So this is going to be an intriguing end to the Miami Grand Prix. We've got to get Schumacher a little bit further yet, but he should be able to more or less push his tyres. You can see we've got a little bit of leeway there as well. So he should be able to more or less push his tyres to the end. And, yeah, well, I'll keep you updated, obviously. Let's see if we can get a move done on Hamilton here. That would be very nice, him and his hard tyre. Hard tyre is definitely going to the end. So that means, of course, that we do need to overtake him and get up the road a little bit here, because he, at the moment, is, well, other than Verstappen, who we know is going to win, because he always does, Hamilton is the first of the getting to the end cars. Alright, now Mick is coming to the pits this lap. I am starting to wonder if I've got my maths right here, to be honest, because, yeah, there goes Giovinazzi past us, which is fine. We need a good stop. We're going to come out sort of a long last anyway, so we're going to rely on just having, you know, good general pace. And whether or not we can come back to the points from this place is going to be possibly debatable. Yeah, we're 35 seconds off the lead. Now, we weren't expecting to be winning the race anyway, so that's not really here nor there. But we are, what's that, 18 seconds off of a point. It's not great, is it? Alright, now we are on the in-lap for Giovinazzi. He's doing okay. He's obviously losing a little bit of pace just now because he's coming right towards the end of his tyre life. We've extended the stint a little bit as well so that we can push harder on the next set. So we've used up pretty much all that we have. Still keeping pace with those around us more or less within a couple of tenths. But the tyres are well and truly done at this point. And as for Mick, we were harvesting his battery up a little bit there. But, I mean, he's coming through. He's doing good lap times. He's 2 seconds faster than most of those around him. So, yeah, Bottas did stop, interestingly enough, 2.7 seconds again. So, yeah, I'm wondering if, I mean, these soft tyre runners are going to struggle to get there. So, yeah, we'll just see. We'll just see exactly how it does play out. But if you do look at lap times, we'll look at Mick because he's on sort of a more normal run in terms of tyre wear. 31.7s. That is quicker than everybody, but you know, we're looking at 2 seconds and second a lap faster than everybody in front of him. 10 laps to go, so that suggests 10 seconds he's got, and 10 seconds moves him to 23 seconds up to 7th, potentially Russell in 5th. So that's roughly where we were anyway. So as is always the case with these sorts of strategies, if we can get overtaking done, then we're going to be in a good place. If we can't, then it's not going to work. But it's always more fun, isn't it, to try and have to overtake cars and get points that way than just eking out a result. So no regrets. Let's hope we get up to 5th, though. Alright, so we have overtaking to do now. This is Leclerc in front of us. We're on board with Mick. So he should get that done fairly comfortably, relatively speaking, anyway. We've run out of battery again. We've got an old set of soft tyres here on Magnussen with Ricciardo in front of him as Giovinazzi just does the fastest lap of the race at a 1:30.4. So I think he's almost up to the back of this group as well. So both of our guys are absolutely flying. It's just a matter now of... yeah, just you've got to keep getting these overtakes done. If we keep getting the overtakes done, we'll keep scoring more and more points, obviously. That goes without saying, doesn't it? So, yeah, potentially very, very exciting. But not quite done yet. Still a few laps to go here as well. Battery life is another thing that we've got to worry about a little bit with Mick. But not doing too bad. We just need to sort of charge every second lap. We're going to charge into here, and then we've got Denny Rick in front. And yeah, not quite sure how this video is going to edit down, but if we can maybe stay with this. How's Giovinazzi looking? He is about to get past K-Mag, which will put him behind Mick directly. And yeah, so we've got to get these overtakes done here now, don't we? This is our next big target. So let's deploy. And we're sort of a little bit blocked here as to which way to go. Got to be a little bit careful with Mick on his tyres. Obviously, he had to do a longer stint than what Giovinazzi did. So yeah, we're just going to be. And again, we've just run out of battery at the wrong time with Mick. I need to be a little bit more patient, ideally. But again, we've got to get overtakes done, so it's difficult to do that. He is going to have to watch his tyres, though. I think Giovinazzi, we might need to ease him past, I think. Oh, what's happened here? Yellow flag. We both seem to be okay. Verstappen has spun. Well, that's interesting. Is that going to have damaged his car at all? Is Perez involved? Oh, he's... Interesting. Very un-Verstappen-like, isn't it? Alright. We were going to harvest Mick. I was thinking of it anyway to try and get Giovinazzi past him. I think, Mick, you're just going to have to let him go because he is our prime candidate right now. Thank you, Mick. Excellent work, mate. But, yeah, I mean, we are going to score points here, aren't we? So that's a good thing. But are we going to score as many points as we would have? I mean, Norris has had a good race, hasn't he? Where's he got up there?
Thermal dig.
What are we looking at here? So we've got these soft tyre runners. We're running out of laps, though, which is the issue, isn't it? Let's deploy Giovinazzi. Let's get him past. Giovinazzi is our great hope here. Mick will get back to points. I don't think he's going to get quite as many as he maybe could have. But, yeah, Giovinazzi, on the other hand here, could continue to move forward at a fairly good rate of knots. We've got a 2-second gap to Russell. I don't think we're going to get back to where we should have.
Is a target in front.
Alright, we are on the final lap. Mick is right behind Denny Rick to try and get himself back up into these points. Giovinazzi is 8th. He's got past He's got past George Russell, but that's as far as he's going to go. And yeah, we've just got to try and get Denny Rick, and that'll be 8th and 10th. We were, what, 5th and 6th? If we'd gone and put on a soft tyre, would it have made... Yeah, I'll have to sort of look at the data afterwards, won't I? I'm not... I don't know. I'm not convinced. Yeah, I mean, we were racing kind of with Hamilton. He's got 6th. Norris it's worked out well for him, but that could just be down to a lucky safety car as well. Or, you know...
Okay, that's the checkered flag.
I don't know, but anyway, it's 8th and 10th. It possibly should have been more. I guess the question is Mick, should we have done the extra stop with him? You know, maybe that would have been a way for us to go up a little bit further there, but yeah, I'm not 100% sure what I should have done differently, or what I could have done differently. Stroll kind of did the same thing, albeit in what looks to be a quicker car, and finished 5th. So yeah, it is what it is, I suppose. So the drivers, Mick is 7th, Giovinazzi is 10th. The constructors, we in the end did not go above Alpine. We matched them. So yeah, that's a bit of, it feels like a bit of a step back, doesn't it? Now, did we get any points here? No, we still don't have any points. So we check in with the board, and obviously they didn't like that, did they? Season's objectives, critically... Oh, that's last season, isn't it? So that's fine. Yeah, it was just... I don't know, I just think that safety car and red flag just came out the wrong time for us. But next up, it's a home race of sorts. It is San Marino. No, it says Italy there. It's was it the Emiliano, or whatever it is, Emilia-Romagna, that one. So maybe it is a home race for us. It's local anyway, let's put it that way. So that's next time. If you've enjoyed that, thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and yeah, let's hope we do a little bit better there. Take care.